the fight off of a takedown.
In Boston.
Did you know that? Did you know that we're talking about the best fucking UFC, but then he turned into a wrestler in our fight?
You know I
don't know if you knew that.
And him is the
Conor, you remember you shot Conor. You got hurt on the ground, brother.
Gentlemen, I only wish that Conor, you weren't in Dublin, and Max, you weren't in Hawaii. I wish you guys were both here right now so we could do this live. I think it would be much more interesting and easier to hear you.
No disrespect, Max. You're not going to lay a glove on me. And even if you do lay a glove on me, I'm going to laugh in your face. It's another world here against me, and it's another world at this weight. I'm going to come out of this bout unscathed and in all glory.
We talk about ancestors. We talk about warriors, bro. I'm a Hawaiian warrior, brother. I'm going to touch your face.
July 11th can't come soon enough.
I'm going to be 1-0 against them, and then we're going to rematch at the end of the year. That's what's going to happen.
That's the prediction.
You know, Joe. Do you know, Joe, I've sat by and listened to people claim this man to be the #1 pound-for-pound featherweight of all time when I sunned him at that weight? Do you know that I've listened to people throughout the years say they were only kids back then? Well, sorry, Holloway was only a kid back then, and I was not. When myself and Max faced for the first time. Max had his sixth UFC fight.
I both was kids, brother. But I also, did you know, Joe, that he did say that he was going to strike with me the whole time, but he got injured in the fight off of a takedown.
In Boston.
Did you know that? Did you know that we're talking about the best fucking UFC, but then he turned into a wrestler in our fight?
I
don't know if you knew that.
And him is the
Conor, you remember you shot Conor. You got hurt on the ground, brother.
In Max Holloway. So he is an established fighter, an accomplished fighter, former UFC world champion, multiple time, former UFC BMF world champion. So this is a quality opponent.
Indeed.
And our last bout was martial arts mastery by yours truly. So I plan on doing it again. I plan on showing my growth, you know, and my improvements in there. So I'm very, very excited for it. Preparation is going very well. We're living, breathing, and sleeping in the gym.
But that's the problem.
It might be more.
Because they're going to all expect that.
I think it is a little over 5. It's almost 6, I think.
It might be 6 at the time of the fight.
It might be. I think it's 5. I think it's 5 right now.
Are we expecting to see a Conor that looked like Nate this last fight? Or are we expecting to see a better Conor than someone that looked like Nate? Because Nate did not look good.
No, but Mike Perry did. And Mike Perry looked like a fucking murderer.
You know what I mean? Like
Mike Perry is a murderer.
He's a murderer.
And this is
such a savage.
You take a look at that, and when you're taking an older fighter, which Nate is now, and you're
21. You're 5 fucking years ago, July. So it literally will be 6 years.
Yep. But when you're
it'll be 5 years. It'll be 5 years.
When you're taking a younger fighter and putting them against the old dog, it normally doesn't end well for the old dog.
Well, the thing is about Max Holloway is Max Holloway isn't that much younger than Conor.
Conor McGregor is making headlines again, and it seems like this time is different. He's getting ready for a big match against Max Holloway. McGregor was straight to the point in his recent comments, giving a harsh warning that quickly brought back their old rivalry. Both fighters have a lot more experience now, and their next fight is not just about who's the most skilled, it's also about making history.
But once you're established, there are no warm-ups. Ask Tony Ferguson. He was in the midst of that losing streak and here, just savage. Oh, Justin Gaethje, you look a little older in the tooth? Cool. Here's Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, who knocked out Max.
It's the UFC. That's why it's the highest level possible.
Mm-hmm.
You can get warm-up fights in other leagues, not the UFC.
Do you think Protest would have been the worst? That would have been worse than Max coming back, right?
Yes. Yeah. Young lion, big.
Do you think
a natural 170er? That's a nightmare, dude.
Do you think they chose Max because they knew that this is the one guy who we know is gonna stand and bang? He's not gonna try and wrestle Conor.
I think that, and stylistically, it's they're at least Conor's thing is striking, so this is our best shot. Also, Matt, you can't give it to a guy like Pratis. As much as we love Pratis, he hasn't earned the right to land the fucking golden goose in Conor.
It's a rematch. he has the best chance against this Max than he could have had, in my opinion. And the reason I say that is because at least Max is off a loss. He's not got this crazy momentum. The difference, though, is as long as Max, which I do believe he has this mentality, he's got a short memory, like let that fight go. Kind of like what Nate Diaz did. He said, yeah, I fought one of the baddest dudes on earth, and so what? I lost. That doesn't make me a loser. As long as Max can mentally do that, he'll be okay. But look at these shots of Conor. These knockouts that Conor does, he usually times the right hand and he comes over the top of it with his left hand. And he's very accurate. That's what makes Conor dangerous, in my opinion, isn't just the power, but also his accuracy with the power. As you see in all these fights, he's slipping the right hand so well, and he takes away your right hand. Well, when you're fighting a southpaw, your biggest weapon is your right hand. You want the back hand and the back leg against a southpaw. Conor knows that, and so he does really good with the hand fight as a southpaw. And then when that backhand comes, he's countering it.
From the very beginning, Conor McGregor made it clear that he doesn't see this comeback as a one-time appearance. When asked whether this was just a single fight or a full return, he confidently predicted that he would beat Max Holloway on July 11 and immediately earn a rematch later in the year. But Conor didn't stop there. He also aimed at the way people have spoken about Holloway over the years, pointing out that many have called Max the greatest featherweight ever, despite Conor already defeating him once before. He argued that excuses about Holloway being too young at the time no longer hold up, reminding everyone that they have both grown older and are now returning as experienced veterans.
You say the best boxer? We're gonna see. We're gonna see now,
brother. This is not his last fight. I'm gonna go there. July 11. I'm gonna handle business. We'll have a rematch at the end of the year.
July 11th can't come soon enough.
I'm gonna be 1-0 against them, and then we're gonna rematch at the end of the year. That's what's gonna happen.
That's the prediction.
You know, Joe. Do you know, Joe, I've sat by and listened to people claim this man to be the #1 pound-for-pound featherweight of all time when I sunned him at that weight. Do you know that I've listened to people throughout the years say they were only kids back then? Well, oh, sorry, Holloway was only a kid back then, and I was not. When myself and Max faced for the first time. Max had his sixth UFC fight.
I both was kids, brother. But I also, did you know, Joe, that he did say that he was going to strike with me the whole time?
Trash talking began right from the onset as Conor remembered how Holloway once promised that he would stand and fight together with him, but ended up wrestling with him in their first ever encounter due to an injury. It was through that remembrance that McGregor questioned Holloway about his previous commitments before going on to make one of the boldest proclamations of his career. To McGregor, fighting him is another world because of the level of expertise he has in the sport at this particular weight class. He said that he will go out victorious without even getting a scratch on him. However, Max didn't allow Conor to continue boasting since he called himself a Hawaiian warrior.
But he got injured in the fight off of a takedown.
In Boston,
did you know that? Did you know that we're talking about the best boxer in UFC, but then he turned into a wrestler in our fight?
You know if you knew that. And it's the
Conor, you remember you shot Conor. You got hurt on the ground, brother.
Gentlemen, I only wish that Conor, you weren't in Dublin, and Max, you weren't in Hawaii. I wish you guys were both here right now so we could do this live. I think it would be much more interesting and easier to hear you.
No disrespect, Max. You're not gonna lay a glove on me. And even if you do lay a glove on me, I'm gonna laugh in your face. It's another world here against me, and it's another world at this weight. I'm gonna come out of this bout unscathed and in all glory.
We talk about ancestors, we talk about warriors, bro. I'm a Hawaiian warrior.
As the interview continued, Conor sarcastically welcomed Holloway to Mystic Max, suggesting that his opponent was finally starting to believe in making predictions like him. Holloway responded with his own warning, telling Conor that plenty of gloves would land on his pretty face before reminding everyone that he had spent years sharpening his boxing. The exchange stayed heated but playful, with both fighters refusing to back down. When asked about fighting at 170 pounds, Holloway brushed off any concerns about size, explaining that he had spent most of his career being one of the smaller athletes in his gym anyway.
Brother, I'm gonna touch your face over and over again, brother. I already know this, brother.
So, Max, your prediction,
Max, brother. Welcome to the Mystic Max era, brother. Welcome back. Welcome back. Max is here. Return of the Max, July 11th. A bunch of gloves is gonna get laid on that pretty face, brother. Keep it clean for me.
I'm gonna box his ears off me, hands down. Max, I'm gonna box you out with my hands down.
We saw the last time what happened that you did in boxing. In boxing.
Anyway, Joe, quiet.
Come on.
Joe, I'm not as mad at this fight. I'm scared, and I want to go again.
Max, what are your feelings about fighting at 170 pounds?
Brother, this is another fight. This is just another fight. You keep talking about weight this, weight that. I've been the smallest guy in my gym most of the time during my career, so I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it. He left because he's all tuned up. I can't wait. Just show up July 11, brother.
By the end of the interview, the intensity had settled down a bit. Holloway made it clear that despite all the back and forth, there was still love between them, and that he was simply excited to meet Conor again inside the octagon, finally. Even after trading plenty of shots verbally, both men showed the respect that comes from sharing years in the sport.
Oh, he's back. There it is. Yes, sir.
Well, gentlemen, Conor, you're in rare form. Max, you're a legend. Both of you gentlemen are legends. I can't wait for July 11th. It's going to be spectacular in Vegas.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to see it.
Yes, sir, brother. It's all love always, Conor. I just can't wait, bro. I see you in July 11th, 9th Island. It's going to be fun.
Well, gentlemen, have a great camp.
Chuck Mindenhall wasn't particularly optimistic about the prospect of Conor McGregor beating Max Holloway. Although he understood that the comeback of Conor himself would be an event of great popularity and a cause of excitement for all the fans, he said that he was afraid of the worst when it comes to the performance of McGregor in the cage. As stated by Chuck, the thing is that this Conor McGregor is different from the one who used to reign in this sport several years ago. He is coming back after being out of the competition for 5 years, after sustaining a serious leg injury and at a weight of 170 pounds.
So they'll always ask him about it. So I feel like when it comes down to it, there will be this heavy anticipation of he's finally back. Even when I was working at the Ringer, you know, like in 2024, we had to do a timeline of his time off, and it was all of these outside fighting, law-breaking things that we put together. It was like a 4,000-word piece. And now here we are 2 years later and finally getting it. So I feel like when he finally shows up, it will feel like the moment. Oh, here we go. Now we get to see this guy again. That part will be there. But the fighter himself, I fear the worst, I guess. I wonder how you feel about it. I don't think he's going to look like the Conor McGregor of old. This is 170 pounds. We'll see kind of like what he looks like. But, man, you're coming back from that leg injury. This is always a tough thing. It took him 5 years. 5 years out, and this is a guy who's – I used to always point this out with Uriah Faber back in the day. He had so many enterprises going on there. Like, how much does he have left for the fight game, for training and all this? I don't want to say that Conor can't find that gear, that same hunger that he had like when he was coming up, but it's going to be super tough for him to do that.
Luke Thomas even went as far as to consider the implications if Holloway had the victory. Would it mean that the end was near for McGregor, or that the competitive nature of Conor was bound to compel him to go for one last comeback attempt? While not outright confident that this will be the case, Luke is optimistic that Max has the potential to work hard and show just how tough it can be coming back after such a long break. All in all, Luke seemed very much in favor of Holloway.
But yeah, I guess the other part too. Like if Max goes in there and puts a beating on him,
yeah,
is this the last time you see Conor? I mean, I doubt it. I suspect he'll try and like find another way to keep this train on the tracks. But
yeah.
What if he goes in there?
That's a great point.
Shit, you know.
That's a great point, because is he the type of personality? Now he has lost, and he lost devastatingly to Dustin Poirier in the way, but there was an injury. If he just gets outworked, knocked out, just outworked, like, can he live with that? Like, that's the thing. I'm like, is he gonna be like, no, now we're gonna see Conor want to turn around and come back in there quicker, within months, that type of thing, because he just doesn't want to live with that. That'd be interesting to see too, if it happens.
Tim Welch talks about the recent activity of the two fighters and their current momentum, emphasizing how often Holloway has fought in high caliber fights. He names the recent opponents of Holloway and the results of his matches against them. Holloway has continued to stay in shape, fighting many times and constantly, while McGregor hasn't been seen around for a couple of years. But, although Welch seems really happy to see him again, he immediately becomes worried about whether the break could spoil his timing and endurance.
Dustin Poirier decision, unanimous. Ilya Topuria KO Justin Gaethje. He KO'd Justin Gaethje, KO'd Chan Sung Jung. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped because we get to see the Notorious, the godly Notorious. He's coming back. He's a big church guy now. So that gives me a little bit of hope that he'll make it to the bout. Now, if he wasn't Mr. Church guy right now, I would say he's probably not going to make it back to the bout. And I don't know why they did this fight. They dropped it during the Ngannou walkout, which is a good idea. Drop it during the Ngannou walkout. Everyone's fired up for it. The odds right now, Holloway is a minus 480. McGregor is a plus.
Welch brings in betting odds and early fight hype, noting Holloway as a heavy favorite while McGregor sits as the underdog. He mentions McGregor already talking trash, including his "I'm going to sun you" type of comments, while Holloway responds confidently, refusing to be disrespected. The discussion shifts into the fact that this fight is scheduled at 170 pounds, which Welch sees as a major factor. He questions McGregor coming off a 5-year layoff and immediately jumping into a 5-round main event against someone as durable and experienced as Holloway, suggesting this is not an ideal comeback scenario.
330. So if you don't know the betting odds, you bet $100, you make $330 if you bet on McGregor. And McGregor's already talking S. He's talking S. He's says, "I'm gonna sun you, child." He tweets, "I'm gonna sun you, child." Okay, Max Holloway comes back, says, "Nah, big dog, you're gonna put some respect on my name." Now the fight's at 170. Conor's been out for 5 years, half a decade. Not the best fight to make, in my opinion. Max Holloway is he's one of the most slick guys. He fights southpaw, he fights orthodox, he'll stomp your legs, he'll teep your body, he'll piece you up with his punches. 5 rounds. I know McGregor and those guys were pushing for 3 rounds. Max Holloway is the king at 5 rounds.
Bedtime MMA believes the momentum will completely shift in Holloway's favor. He expects Max to start targeting McGregor's body and lead leg with oblique kicks and calf kicks while steadily increasing his output. According to his prediction, Conor's cardio and inactivity will eventually catch up with him, allowing Holloway to overwhelm him with volume. Rather than seeing a one-sided domination from the opening bell, Bedtime MMA envisions a competitive fight that slowly slips away from McGregor before ending with a Max Holloway TKO somewhere in the 3rd or 4th round.
A little bit, it's a bit surreal. And then I think as the fight goes on, as we get to round 2 and 3 and potentially round 4, I think Max Holloway's output, I think his body shots, I think he's going to be attacking the lead leg with the oblique kick, with the calf kicks, which he does quite well. And I can see McGregor firing back really hard leg kicks as well, but maybe getting checked or just, Max Holloway's too quick and elusive and just circles away from the hard leg kicks. And I think once Max Holloway starts to throw in combination and throw in volume, I think we're going to see him start to really bust up Conor McGregor. Pause. And I'm going to say we get like a Max Holloway TKO in like the round 3, round 4. But I think this will be a fun fight. I'm very excited about this.
Even though his official pick is Holloway, Bedtime MMA doesn't think McGregor is completely without a chance. He praised Conor for returning against a legitimate top-level opponent instead of taking an easy comeback fight, and admitted there is still a scenario where McGregor lands the bigger shots and surprises everyone. However, he keeps coming back to the same deciding factors: the 5-year layoff, ring rust, Max's superior output, and the constant leg attacks that could wear Conor down over time. In the end, his final prediction remains a Holloway victory by 3rd or 4th round TKO, though he expects McGregor to have exciting moments before the tide turns.
Yeah, these are really fucking good fights. I like McGregor Holloway. I think 5 rounds definitely favors Max Holloway, but 170 is a little bit more favorable towards Conor McGregor. And I do respect the fact that he's coming back against a top 5 ranked level opponent, but at the same time, it's not a goofy matchup where it's like, why the fuck are we talking about McGregor Prates or McGregor JDM? You know what I mean? Like, Max Holloway, do I think McGregor's gonna win? No. But is it like completely out of the realm of possibility? I would say no. I would say it's like, I could see a world where McGregor flukes his way back to, decent form and he's able to piece up Max Holloway and have bigger shots and, impact him on the feet, and the grappling's not really gonna be a factor in this matchup. So I like the fight. I think the cardio, I think the ring rust, I think the output and the lead leg attacks, especially that oblique kick of Max Holloway, I think these things are going to catch up to McGregor later on in the fight, but I think early on he will actually be able to kind of counterpunch Max Holloway.
Whichever competitor they choose for the upcoming matchup, there is no denying that this is possibly the most exciting comeback match in recent times for the UFC organization. Indeed, Conor McGregor has not lost his aura as a star, his sense of confidence, or his knockout power that have made him one of the best competitors in mixed martial arts ever. At the same time, it would not be wrong to say that Max Holloway has remained in the game all along, sharpening his skills in the ring by facing some of the best opponents he could find out there. This is why the matchup between them promises to be one of the most exciting in recent times. What will happen when the two meet up inside the cage?